man, what's going on, baseball fans? It's your boy Fargo, back at it again. Got another episode, Washington Nationals franchise. This game, we're going to take it on the Atlanta Braves in the ATL. They are 5-6. We are 4-6. Going to try to right this ship here. We got Steven Strasburg on the mound again. And we take a look at the team here. We're not doing well in the batter's box at all. Unfortunately, we're going to give Juan Soto the day off here. So hopefully Strasburg can hold it down for us. If we take on Max Fried, he's 1-0 this year with a 2.13 ERA and 2 starts. It's not going to be an easy one for the boys, so let's get it kicked off. Top of the first, Lane Thomas is going to lead off here against the lefty. He swings at a 95 miles per hour fastball out of the zone for an early strikeout. Yadier Hernandez, he's going to come in batting second here. He's not hitting well to start the season. He's going to do a lazy fly out to right field. So it's a quick 2 outs for the Nats. Nelson Cruz, he's got a full count here as he steps in the batter's box and he draws a walk. So the Nats don't go down 1-2-3. However, they got to find a way to get a hit. And Cesar Hernandez, unfortunately, is not going to get them that. So it is going to be an easy first inning for Max Fried. So Steven Strasburg, he's going to come up to pitch now. He's got a 0-0 record in 2 starts. He's pitched 16 innings and hasn't allowed an earned run. Unfortunately, he hasn't gotten the run support to get wins here early on to start this season. So Ozzy Albies, he's going to lead off here. He's going to ground one to Michael Franco, who's playing third base today, and he's going to throw to Josh Bell for a quick out here for Strasburg. Dansby Swansea, he's up next. He's hitting 273 to start this season. He swings over top of a circle change, and that's a quick strikeout for Strasburg. Acuna, he comes in now. He swings over the top of a circle change, so he's looking at a 1-2 count. Strasburg trying to get a 1-2-3 inning to start the first, and he does just that. So we skip ahead in the second. Unfortunately, we don't get any run support here. And Strasburg hits Matt Olson at the bottom of the second here. Don't believe that was intentional, but that one did get away. So Alex Dickerson, he's got a man on, and he's going to poke one through third and shortstop there for a base hit. So 2 men on and 1 out for Strasburg here. He's got to find a way to try to get out of this jam after hitting Matt Olson. Eddie Rosario, he's up next now. He had that nice little playoff run last year, and he's going to rocket one in the gap here. That is going to get down for a double. That looks like that's going to score 2, and that definitely will as Swanson. I believe that's Swanson. He gets through there, and it's going to be a 2-run double for Eddie Rosario. So not a good start for the Nats, unfortunately. The run support hasn't been there, and Strasburg gives up 2 runs early. Adam Duvall, he's up next as Strasburg tries to find a way to get out of this inning. He does get a ground out here, so we got 2 outs with a man on second as we try to limit the damage. Chadwin Trump, he's up next. Looks like he hasn't had a hit so far this year. He's got a 1-2 count, and a backstop. He calls out a strike. And so Strasburg gets out of the inning, but he does give up 2 runs. So Fried's got 2 runs to back him up here, and he gives up a leadoff single here. And as we skip ahead to the top of the 4th to Yadier Hernandez. Nelson Cruz, he's up next, and he takes one off the shoulder. Maybe that's a little payback from earlier. Once again, I don't believe Matt Olson was intentionally hit, but nevertheless, no outs. And Cesar Hernandez swings at a ball out of the zone, so had a chance there with nobody out. So Josh Bell, he's up next as we try to get some of these runs back. That one's left high. That's a high curveball, and Josh Bell goes yard. Home run, Nats, and that is a 3-run shot to give the Nationals the lead. What a swing there as he left the curveball a little bit hanging, and Josh Bell takes advantage of it. So we finally get our boy Strasburg some run support as we take a 3-2 lead on a 3-run shot by your boy Josh Bell. So Fried now, he's trying to get out of this inning. He gives up a base hit to Michael Franco. So maybe the Nats can get something started here to try to knock Fried out the game. Keeper Reeves, he's up next here. He's going to rocket one to left, but that is a line drive. That's going to be a out. Alcides Escobar, he comes in next here. Try to find a way to get another run across the board. That's one right down the middle, but unfortunately, that's just a pop up to second. But nevertheless, Josh Bell goes yard to give the Nationals a 3-2 lead. So here at the bottom of the fourth, Strasburg finally is up. He's got a lead here, pitching here in the bottom of the fourth. Ground ball out for the first at bat here. Austin Riley, he's up next, and he looks out a nasty slurve at the knees, called strike. What a pitch by the ace there. As you take another look at that one, just completely froze him up. It looked a little low, but hey, we aren't going to complain about it. Dickerson, he's up next, and then he draws a walk. Now that one I would have appreciated if they called it a strike, but nevertheless they didn't. Eddie Rosario, he's up next. He's already got 2 RBIs, and he looks at a circle change on the outside of the plate. Some nasty off-speed pitches by Strasburg in that half of the innings. So we skip ahead to the 6th now. Nelson Cruz, he's up to bat. He's got an 0-1 count. Fried still in the game. Cruz tattoos that one, and that one is gone. Solo shot for big batter Nelson Cruz. He goes yard here, and the Nats are going to take a 2-run lead off of the solo shot for Nelson Cruz, his 2nd of the season. So Soto's out sitting down for this one, and the Nats are finding a way to produce some runs. You gotta love to see it, and that's going to be it for Max Fried. He actually had a solid outing, but unfortunately gives up 2 long balls and is on the hook for the L if the Braves cannot find a way to take back the lead. So Luke Jackson, he's going to take the mound to replace Max Fried. He's been in 6 games so far and has a 7 ERA. So hopefully we can get some more run support here for Strasburg. Unfortunately, this does not start off that way as Cesar Hernandez strikes out looking. Josh Bell, he's up next. He lines one to left field, and then unfortunately that's going to be a lazy fly ball to left field here. And Franco, he's up next to try to avoid a 1-2-3 inning for Luke Jackson. He gets a fastball. That is one to hit. Unfortunately, he's very late on it, and it's just a pop-up to catcher. So the Nats, they are unable to take advantage of a relief pitcher who's honestly been struggling to begin the season. Luckily for them, Steven Strasburg in the bottom of the inning strikes out the side, and he's only allowed 2 hits and those 2 runs from early on in the game. Strasburg is dealing as usual. We skip ahead to the bottom of the 7th here. Matt Olson, who was hit earlier in the game, gets a little payback here with a little blooper to center. He is going to try 2. Lane Thomas, don't think he has the arm to get him. He does not. So that is that was Alex Dickerson with a double here. Eddie Rosario, who already has 2 RBIs in this game, he's going to fly one out to Lane Thomas out in center field. And so the Nats have a 4-2 lead, and Strasburg is going to remain in the game. He walks Ozzie Albies in the following inning to lead off the inning, and he does get out of that jam. As we skip ahead to the 9th now, the Nats still have that 4-2 lead. Josh Bell, he's going to hit one up the middle, so he's got a 2-hit game. He's got a home run and a single as A.J. Minter takes over here in the top of the 9th. Franco, he's up next. He's got a full count. He's got a high cutter that comes his way that backs him off the plate, so he is going to take a base. 2-man on with 2 out, and that is a bloop single as Josh Bell is going to test the arm of Ozzie Albies, and he's going to score pretty easily, and the Nats have a 5-2 lead as that is a nice little bloop single there. Victor Robles, he's up next. He skies one to left field, but unfortunately it's not going to be deep enough to do any damage. So the Nats do get an insurance run by Iheres Adiranza. I hope I pronounced that correctly. As James Hoyt takes over here in the bottom of the 9th to try to get a save. He strikes out the first batter, strikes out Matt Olson next. So he's got a chance to close this one out. Austin Riley, 0-2 count, and James Hoyt strikes out the side as the Nats take this game 5-2. The bats were a lot better in this game. We had 7 hits, had 4 walks, and only struck out 3 times. So that is very, very encouraging to see, especially with Juan Soto getting the day off for this game. Steven Strasburg dominant as usual as he gets his first win of the season and now has a .76 ERA. So he gets his first win, but he also gives up his first run of the season. Alright, so the next part of this video, guys, we're just going to take a look at some of the simulation here. So the last game we played, we were against ATL on April 12th. We did win that game 5-2, as you just saw. The next 3 games, though, we do take an L. 1-3 to Atlanta, 3-5 to Pittsburgh, and 1-2 to Pittsburgh. So once again, the bats are struggling. We do beat Pittsburgh 3-2, but we do lose to them 0-1 the following game. and then lose 5-1 to Arizona the next game. We do win 3-1 here against Arizona on the 19th, but unfortunately, 2 wins and the last 6 games, it's not going to get it done here, as the team is now sitting at 7-11 early on into the season. So it's a start, considering this roster isn't something we really expect to be world beaters. We do win the next game against Arizona 6-3. We had 6 hits and 6 runs, and did have an error. We had a double by Soto, home run by Cruz, Banks, and Ruiz. So Banks, that is really surprising there. We had three RBIs from Juan Soto. Espinino, he started on the mound. He pitched 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs and 6 strikeouts. So that's definitely a solid outing. James Hoyt, he gets his 7th save on the year. He did give up 2 hits in his appearance, so that's a little concerning, but he didn't allow any runs, so I'll take that. And then in the next game against Arizona, to complete the sweep, we win 6-2 with 9 hits. We had a double from Garcia and Cruz. Garcia, Cruz, and Bell all homered. Garcia had a 2 RBI game, and Eric Fetty pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, and struck out 6. So the back end of the rotation is pretty solid so far. Take a look at the next 2 games. We do get an injury here as Gerardo Parra down in AAA breaks his arm, so he's going to be out for quite some time. That sounds like that hurt. We do sweep San Francisco, though. We beat them 4-2 and 6-3 and then 5-3. So we did struggle after that Atlanta game, but now we are on a 6-game winning streak as we are going into the tail end of April, as we deal with more injuries here, unfortunately. A couple minor league injuries. We're going to go ahead and just auto fix those lineups. There's no big deal. And then we have a critical situation here against Miami. So we're up 3-2. James Hoyt trying to stay perfect on the year, as I believe he has not blown a save just yet. He goes up against Jesus Aguilar here. He's got an 0-2 count with a slider on the outside. You got to think that pitch is coming. James Hoyt gets a strikeout. Let's go. He got 2 outs. And Avisail Garcia, he's up next, who swings over a slider. And James Hoyt has just been locked down here. He was someone I added to the team to begin the season, as someone that I wanted to be that closer, as we beat Miami 3-2. We do give up 10 hits in this game. Strasburg gave up 8 of those, but he only allowed 1 run. So he's got a 1.15 ERA, as I believe he gets his 3rd win on the season. So we finish off the first month of the year, and we are 500. That's probably about as much as I expected out of this team. So we do get 500 to end the first month. Take a look at this San Francisco game. We lose 9-3 here with Patrick Corbin on the mound. He is someone I really don't want on the team, but unfortunately he makes too much money for me to probably be able to move him realistically anyway. I mean, it is MLB The Show 22. I could probably trade him for some dump prospects, but obviously that's not realistic for me, so I probably won't be making those moves. Next game against San Francisco, we do win 10-4 with 17 hits. Love to see that. So the Bats struggled a little bit to start the season, but they have came alive. But we got another high-scoring affair, 14 runs with 16 hits. We do give up 17 hits, though, as Soto, Ruiz, Robles, and Thomas all homered in this game. We had a 7-run first inning, so we really got after it to start this game. So I love to see the Bats waking up here, because I was a little concerned earlier in the episode, as well as the previous episodes, just we didn't have the run support, as we actually knocked Alex Wood out the game to start in that first inning. So get some notifications here. Monthly update. Jordy Barley was solid, had 385 while driving in 4 runs down in Double-A. So that's good to see him. I believe he's one of our about mid-level prospects. I believe he has a C potential. Next, we got Brady House, who hit 367 while driving in 14 runs. So he actually absolutely lit it up in AAA. He's someone I'm probably going to look to bring up as quickly as we possibly can, but the infield is a little compact at the moment, so we probably won't make any drastic decisions on bringing him up. Jordan Weems, he had a 2.45 ERA over 7 innings and struck out 9. As a relief pitcher, that's pretty solid. 2.45 and 7 in the 3rd inning. I'll take that. Striking out 9 batters and 7 in the 3rd innings. That's really impressive for a relief pitcher. And then Mason Thompson, starting pitcher, he had a 2.73 ERA with 27 Ks over 29 innings. So that is the end of April, as the team is 15-4 as we simulated that first game against San Francisco. Next game, next series here against Colorado, we actually lose the series 2-1. We did win the first game 7-5. As we take a look at the box score here, had 14 hits. We did have an error here. Home runs from Cruz and Hernandez. As Eric Fetty was on the mound, he pitched 4 2/3, had 5 strikeouts. We lose the next game 2-0. So unfortunately, our bats are very, very inconsistent at this moment. Juan Soto is only hitting 226 to start the year, so that is very concerning. As Strasburg takes his first loss of the year. Once again, the run support has really been letting him down. And then the next game against Colorado, we lose 3-2. Both teams have 7 hits. Soto had a double, but unfortunately, our team ended up on the wrong side of that. So to close out this episode, we got a 3-game set against the Halos at the Angels Stadium of Anaheim. We do lose this series 2-1. We lose the first game 5-1, next game 6-2, and then we win the last game of the series 4-2. Doesn't look like our bats are going to be consistent enough. He's now up to 230. I guess I'll take it. First game we lose here, we get 6 hits but only 1 run, as Joe Ross only lasted 4 in the third. Don't like to see him struggle. He's someone we need to develop as quickly as possible. Next game we do get 10 hits, but unfortunately we're only able to get 2 runs across the board. And a game where Ohtani went yard and Espinino struggled. Next game we get a 4-2 win. Soto homers again. So once again, hopefully that means his bat is going to come alive, as his average is now up to 233. Eric Fetty, he was solid. So we're going to call it there. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Smash that like button and have a good one.